rascal. Attack me, will you? Uh-oh. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Being tactical. Don't bother me. Whee, doggies. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude, but I was busy being rather tactical with my new tactical Glock. All right. It is a Glock 19, but it's very tactical. It's a Vickers tactical. Okay, so it's kind of special, and I just wanted to show it to you, and you know, explore a little bit with it, and take a few shots. Yeah, Hickok 45 here. Just you know, when I get a Glock in my holster. Or any really nice semi-automatic pistol, evil semi-automatic pistol, I have a hard time reining myself in with Federal's help and all the ammo we have. It's just one of those deals, right? So we'll talk about this. By the way, I bought this one, unlike how we get a lot of our firearms, on loan from Bud. So we want to, mention that. But I bought this at a gun show, and I was lured in largely by the grip, the Rtf grip. You know, and all the Glocks I've had, I've never had one with the Rtf grip, I guess. I've felt them from time to time, and I think I didn't like the serrations or some of the other things on those. They were Gen 3s, I think. I don't know if they did those in Gen 2 or not. I think it was Gen 3s, and this is a Gen 3. So that was one of the attractions to it. It is a Vickers tactical. It has you notice the sights are a little different there, right? Look at that sight. And I wasn't sure about the sight. I'll tell you, I was at a gun show, and Tennessee Outdoors 9 was with me, and I thought he was going to buy it. And he didn't, so I did. I think he has a couple of these. And he's always bragging about the grip. And I mean, he's right. They feel great, you know. He's not right about much, but he was right about this. Just kidding. And I mean, they just feel they're probably the ultimate grip, or Glock grip, or any grip of any polymer pistol. You know, I have bragged on some M&Ps and others lately about how good the grips have gotten, but nothing beats the feel, the texture of these. The Rtf rough textured frame, I think that stands for, and they feel great. They don't hurt your hand. They're not sandpaper, but they just melt right into your hand as far as that goes. I do prefer the Gen 4 grip because I've gotten to where I like to put the mid adapter on it, and it feels a little better to me. It fills my hand, it straightens out that a little bit in the back, so I prefer that. So the ideal grip would be the Gen 4 with the rough textured finish, I guess. So anyway, the sights are, I think those are, let's see, oh yeah, Wilson Combat, Vickers Tactical or something. I think he makes those through Wilson Combat. Correct me if I'm wrong there. And I'm not sure about the rear sight. I do like the front sight though. I like a gold bead or a brass bead, whatever it is. If it's gold, I might just take it out of there and sell it, right? But I like that front sight. And the verdict's still out on the rear sight. I thought, well, you know what? If I don't like the rear sight, I could just take that off and put the standard Glock or some other kind of rear sight on it if I wanted to. Or I could take them both off and just put stock sights. So just to, again, show you the difference. There's your plain old, Glock rear and front sight. Plain Jane, made of polymer, totally worthless, a lot of people think, right? Actually, I like them, always have, and rarely switch them out. I have a couple with night sights, but usually I just leave those. And so that's the difference, okay, in the sights, all right? And then, of course, that's a Gen 4, that one there. It was just for comparison. Now, there's some other things with it that make it a true Vickers Tactical. Now the sun's going to come out, so you can see me better, right? Sunlight. We've had clouds and sun periodically. This came, stuck up in the back, special tool and everything. I took that out. I don't really need that. Don't really want that. No, now I've gotten there, I can't get it out probably. Don't have my Glock tool with me. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Don't have my Glock tool. There we go. Get that back out. So I don't necessarily like that. And some magazine pads, base pads are supposed to make it easier to get the mag out if it's kind of stuck or something. You're in a tactical situation, okay? Bigger, I guess, mag release. Not sure, sticks out a little more or something. Don't know. I don't need that, really, don't necessarily. And I think that's a kind of an extended or a bigger mag slide stop. Don't really care for that either. So in a way, it's not really a Vickers tactical pistol other than the sights, okay, I guess. But I do like that front sight, and I love that grip. And so and also it has a nice crisp trigger. I promise you it does. So let me put a couple of mags here and just shoot it some more, okay? So we're going to be shooting in sunlight. Wow, it's going to be a little different. Let's load him up. All right, I might even walk down here in the shade if it gets too hot. Okay. Oh, nice, got lots of mags. Some are Glock 19 mags. Yeah, that gold bead picks up really well. Yeah, especially with the sun hitting it. I hope the light's okay for you. We'll just proceed. There's a bowling pin and he's... Oh, that's that same one. I hit it in the top to knock it off. That's the one we were shooting at in the video recently. I don't know if you've seen the video or not. It's not been posted, I don't think, but that same pin, I knew I was hitting it with something and it just wouldn't move. It was weird. You can see the bullets going through it. It's hollowed out enough, I guess, in the middle. Let's go on over there and wake up the gong. And let's wake up a pig up there on the left. Okay, I know where to hold now. Old buffalo. Oh, he did go over. Let's try that ram. Boom, boom. He doesn't want to fall. That's all right. We'll get him another day. I'm going to try that pig in the middle. Boom. Feels good. Let's try some plates here. Let's put it back in the holster. Okay. Mr. Tactical Glock. Yeah, the light's messing with me, but I don't know if you can see them. I can. There's a 12 ouncer there. Popped him off. That's one of the advantages of doing a Glock experiment video is I have lots of mags, so I can just shoot all I want, no problem. That was my carry mag. Well, we'll just shoot that. I've got something I was going to load up, but this is my carry mag, so we'll just make sure it'll feed hollow points. Let's put one on that watermelon. Carry him. All right, man. All right, feeds hollow points. Oh no, I'm out of ammo. There's one in my pocket. There's a couple. I shoot too much though when I have all the mags loaded, don't I? Let's try that red plate on the left over there. I don't know, the sun's messing with me now. I can't tell if I'm hitting it or not. Kind of a glare. Let's go back in the holster here. And let's just assume that there's a tactical situation here. And I don't have any cover, so this Desperado is going to be taken out. He's going to be taken out fast. He really does. So before I shoot the last mag, anything else about it there? Like I say, I don't know if you can tell by looking at it, there is a difference in the texture. And the Gen 4 grips feel pretty good as far as the texture. But that rough textured frame, as they call it, RTF, is just wonderful. I don't know how they get by without putting that on every Glock. Anybody that's held it, you know, to tell you the truth. And as I said, it is a Gen, woo, why is it hot? It is a Gen 3, so you see the spring a little different there. Just a reminder for those who know, obviously you know already, but you got a much more complex, bigger spring in the Gen 4s. And I like the Gen 4s. That's really my favorite Glock. A lot of people stick with the Gen 3s because all the gens work. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. There's no big problem with any of them that I'm aware of. I got that slide hot. Too much shooting. So got one mag. You know what? I've got to load one more mag though. A Glock 17 mag. You might have noticed because some of you actually count rounds, and you'll say, "Well, how'd you get 16 shots out of that? Or 17 shots?" You know, it's because I probably have a larger magazine. I meant to bring out a 33 round mag, didn't do it. To really get tactical. So if you're not familiar with Larry Vickers, I'm not as familiar as I should be. And he was the real deal, Special Forces Delta. I think he was in Delta, or he trained Delta folks, and for a long time. And so that's where the name comes from. Okay, and has done different deals with Glock and some of the distributors. I think this is Lipsy's, the distributor. This one comes through, and I think there are maybe three different runs of these things. Of this series, let's see, and the serial number, as you can see, is yeah, LAV for Larry something Vickers, I guess, and at 3735. Okay, that already confused me, but well, not really. It doesn't take much to confuse me, but there are, I think, 2,500 from what I read of the Glock 19s in this series, and then also 2,500 of the Glock 17s, I believe. All right. Now I don't know. Maybe there's a run of, let's see, 2,500 times 2. Kentucky. What would that be? 5,000. Correct. So maybe they have their own series of serial numbers. I don't know, the 17s and the 19s, and it's like 1 through 5,000, and this is 37, 35. I don't know. So that's not a big deal, but anyway, I thought I'd mention that. And again, it's got a nice trigger. Wow, the grip, and then having a crisp trigger, and then the front sight, they're pretty appealing to me. Like, I need another Glock, but I just couldn't resist it. And the verdict is out. I'll have to decide on that rear sight. It seems to okay. Now we've got kind of shade here again. Let me try across the hill with that red plate. I don't think I ever did hit it. And that's nothing, of course, to do with the gun. It's just me and seeing the sights. Well, here we go. Sun came out right on cue. I see it moving. Must have hit it once. It's kind of like if you have a really bright fiber optic up front. Sometimes doing precision shooting is a little hard. It's just glaring at you. But boy, it'd be fine for up close and dirty, because boy, you can see it. It really jumps out. Let's reload one more magazine and just shoot some stuff here. Pin. No. A gopher. Yeah, we got him. Got that gopher. I guess that's enough shooting. I was just looking for an excuse to get a Glock out and blast a lot, wasn't I? So they're fun, as you know, as are really, and I know I give you these lessons, these lectures, when I have a lever gun or a muzzleloader out and some of that, because a lot of people have not discovered the joys of some of those unusual firearms. But a lot of people still have not discovered the joys of a nice polymer pistol. You still think it has to be all steel, and you're never going to give up your 1911. You just refuse to buy, whether it's an M&P or a Ruger or any name brand. It doesn't have to be Glock, because it's polymer and even has plastic sights or something. What a useless. You'll see comments about people, Well, my 1911 will be around 300 years from now. I wonder where that Glock will be, or that M&P, or that Shield, or that Ruger, or whatever model you want to pick out, you know. And you know, they I don't think that's going to be a problem. They tend to last, but they're just a lot of fun to shoot too, and can be very tactical, very effective. So I mean, you can make fun of them all you want. You know, obviously that's just the way we are. Really, as people, as guys, we're bad about that. Getting stuck on what we like, and yeah, I'm the same way in some ways. But you know, it's kind of interesting that people like Larry Vickers likes a Glock. You know, there's comments sometimes on videos, Glock videos, about how there's just Glock fanboys, just people buy them because of the advertising, or because they're cheap, or because they see other people with them, or things like that. Yeah, I'm sure that's why Larry Vickers kind of likes them, and I'm sure that's why the Navy SEALs carry them. You know. I'm sure that's the reason, right? So, but anyway, I won't throw out too much Glock love, because there's some other newer polymer pistols that really are fun and good to shoot, and probably as good as a Glock. I mean, I've admitted that in videos. But anyway, this is the Vickers version of it, and I kind of went through what it's got. If you've got one, you know, maybe you've got some of the other stuff, the Tango Down stuff on it or whatever, you know, let us know what you think, or, you know, if you find that useful, or whatever. So anyway, and what you think about the sights? If you have one of these and you've shot it a few more thousand times than I have, let us know what you think of that rear sight, how it's working for you. You're gonna, you know, leave it on there, you're in love with it, and, you know, whatever, because some of you will run into these at a gun show or somewhere, gun shop, and you'll have to make that decision. Do I want that or not? Or do I want the standard, you know, Glock? Or do I want a 5-shot revolver instead of any of it? You know? So anyway, I've enjoyed shooting it, and a nice trigger, nice grip, nice front sight. Life is good.
Always wanted to do that. Okay, since you guys are here at the end of the video, I want to remind you of our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. They're a fully accredited online distance learning program where you become certified in gunsmithing or get an associate's degree in firearms technology. It's sdi.edu. And also, big announcement lately on the channel, our shirts are now with Matt from Demolition Ranch's new company, Bunker Branding. So you can find shirts like this and many others over at bunkerbranding.com/Hickok45, or just go into the description and look for the link. And also you can go to our website and find that stuff and more things like Hickok, or our website is called Hickok45.com. And you can also find our Twitter, which is Hickok45, Facebook Hickok45, The Real Hickok45 on Instagram. There's a Hickok45 and Son YouTube channel. There's a John_Hickok45 Instagram. Our videos are also on full30.com. And also, those of you who have been asking us to become a Patreon member, you can also find the link to that in the description. And we appreciate all those people, of course. And basically anything that you need to know is probably going to be on the website somewhere. So we try to keep it easy for you guys. You know, there's no excuses, because we know you're already on the internet. If you're looking at this, you're probably on the internet. So all you got to do is open your browser, and if you're on your TV, I know you got a phone in your pocket. So no excuses. All right. Okay, now what you should do is watch one of these other videos, as long as it's one of ours, because everything else is not good, of course. All right, thank you.